What is up, my puffer people? It is I, Caden, your puffer pal, not anybody else's puffer pal, guys. Your puffer pal. Today, I'm doing something that I'm very excited to be doing. I'm breaking down my draft for the DPBA Season 2. Yes, the DPBA is having a Season 2. I know. You're probably very surprised because Season 1 sucked. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so this is the league I'm running. It's basically the same, or about the same tiers as the WBA, if A Drives League. So basically, I had the last overall pick, meaning I did a lot, like all the good stuff like Tapu Koko, Celesteela, Mega Mawile, the Mega Laddies. They were all taken before I could get them. Now, there was Mega Deontay in there, which I was very tempted to take. I was between Mega Deontay, Thunderous Therian, and Tornadus Therian. And I was looking, and I'm like, I'm not sure. And I was like, to your boy, Chimpact. You already know Chimpact. Like, yo, Chimp, you're the GOAT. What should I pick? And he's like, Tornadus is the best Pokemon in draft format. I'm like, okay. And so I picked Tornadus, basically. Tornadus is an incredible mon. Gets access to a generator. A great ability. Because with access to fast U-turn, as soon as it starts to get low, it could just, bam, U-turn out, comes back in, and it has way more health. And that's just an incredible thing to have, because that means it's very hard, like, very hard to kill this. Paired with, like, an AV, this thing just almost never dies. And then let's take a look at its amazing stat. 79 HP is definitely not amazing, but it's good. It's workable. You can work with it. 100 attack, base 100 attack is good. Base 100 attack is basically the same offensive stats as like a Mew or a Victini. So paired with like the proper item, this thing does hit very hard on the physical side. Then base 80 defense, although not great, you can work with it. It's definitely not going to be like O-code by any physical move. It could definitely take physical moves fairly well. Like, it's not going to take them incredibly, but it can definitely take them. Then with its special attack being 110, it can just spam Hurricane, and it does so much damage. That's what I love about it. And then base 90 Spadef paired with like an AV, this thing takes special hits pretty well. Then, I love base 121 speed. Is an amazing speed tier to start my draft out with, because it's like, it outspeeds a lot of the meta. I mean, it gets outsped by like, what does it outspeed? Let's take a look. It falls right here. So it outspeeds, let's see, who are the popular Pokemon in draft format? It outspeeds Superior, it outspeeds Thunderous and regular Tornadoes, outspeeds Latios, it outspeeds Mega Latios, like, it outspeeds Kartana, it outspeeds, who else? Lycanroc Dusk, which, little, fast forward, my dudes. It outspeeds Scolipede, regular, like Lycanroc Day. And we're back. Okay, this transition's gonna look not clean at all. But me mom, I was gonna call from me mom, Anyway, it outspeeds, why is Perugly so fast? What the heck? It's the same speed as a Mega Lucario, whatever. It outspeeds Mega Houndoom, Mega Absol, Starmie, Mega Rayquaza, freaking Whimsicott, Salazzle. It's Dugtrio, Alakazam. Let's just say it's a very, very, very fast mon, which is great. Then combine that with a very diverse move pool. It gets access to both great physical and special moves, Air Slash and Hurricane, and then Dark Pulse for good special coverage, Extra Sensory, Focus Blast, Heat Wave, Hurricane, like I said, Psychic, Sludge Wave. So it's got great coverage. U-turn, like I said, with Regenerator is amazing. Great physical coverage. In Superpower, you run knockoff a lot. People like to run I've seen acrobatics run, brick break, even bulk up, and then crunch is a good move. Even bulk up could be a set, and then it's actually a pretty good support mon too. If you want to run a bulkier set with like knockoff, hurricane, and then you could run tailwind and toxic or something, or taunt. Tailwind taunt is actually a set I've seen. Okay. So yeah, that's a Pokemon that I feel like is actually a really good tier 1 pick, and I like it shiny a lot. Anyway, going into round 2, I wanted a Pokemon that had excellent synergy with Tornadus Therian, and this Pokemon is literally just one of the best Pokemon to synergize with a Tornadus, Magnezone. I mean, look at that shiny. Oof. It's beautiful. Anyway, Magnezone, let me first talk about the synergy. This thing is purifying, so it's weak to rock and electric. Rock, electric, ice. I think that's it. Which all three Magnezone resist. Now tell me, what is Magnezone's biggest weakness? Ground. Guess what Tornadus is immune to? Ground. The synergy's incredible. Then, whereas Tornadus is a faster mon, Magnezone is pretty slow, but hits harder and has better bulk. And then Magnezone it hits so hard, basically. With base 130 attack, and then you can run analytic. It is beautiful. And great physical bulk to pair. It's not the most diverse mon. Usually you're going to see him like running maybe Signal Beam, and then Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, or Hidden Power you could put in. Like, it's not the most diverse, but it doesn't need to be diverse. If you slap a Choice Scarf, a Life Orb, or a Choice Specs on this thing, it takes so many lives. Like, it just hits so hard. Pair with Choice Specs or Life Orb, there's like no switch into it. Its dual stab is amazing. It's just a good mon. Okay, now going into round 3. I wanted a physical Pokemon because I had 2 really good special Pokemon. I also wanted to get a Hazard Setter. I was thinking a good setup sweeper would be very nice. And I was looking at one of the Pokemon that I think gets overlooked and is one of my favorite Pokemon, honestly. Lycanroc. Dusk, that is. Where do I start? First of all, great shiny. I mean, look at that beautiful shiny. Is that a shiny? I'm pretty sure it's not a shiny. Did it change? I don't know. Whatever. So what is so great about this thing, you might be asking? First of all, Tough Claw. Contact moves have their power multiplied. Accelerock, I believe, counts as contact. Brick Break, Fire Fang. It gets access to many different contact moves. So that Tough Claw's ability is great. Then it has a base 110 speed, which is very respectable. I'll have my speed tiers again. And with Swords Dance and double priority and Sucker Punch Accelerock, it just is a great setup sweeper. And you want a diverse moveset? Look at this thing. Rock, fighting, dark, ground, fire, dragon, steel, let's say, more dark, and then psychic. Like, it gets a lot of different moves. And then let's take a look at that stat. It is very frail. I will say that. Like, it's not going to be taking many hits. But that's not what it's there for. It's there to be a very fast Pokemon that could either be a good hazard setter with Stealth Rocks, or hit incredibly hard coming off a base 117 attack, paired with the Tough Claws ability, making it a very, very big threat. Like, that attack is definitely nothing to laugh at. Like, let me just compare. Like, I know I just like to compare. Like, it's definitely low on here, but look. It hits harder than... Let's see. It hits harder. It's basically got the same attack as your boy Crocodile. It hits harder than Cineroar. It hits harder than Tapu Koko. It's hitting harder than flippin' Entei. Entei, it hits harder than... It hits harder than... Let's see, who else? Arcanine. More foreshadowing. Volcanion has 110 attack. That's insane. Yeah, but it hits very hard. And then with amazing, the thing that I love about it is I love having priority on my teams. And this Pokemon has 2 incredible priority moves. And Sucker Punch, which, although it's not the most reliable priority, it hits hard. And then Accelerock, which also hits hard and is stab and very reliable. Next. Ooh, baby, this is a Pokemon that's just incredible. So this Pokemon, again, is nice. Its weaknesses, it pairs very well with Tornadus Magneton. Like, again, Magneton's biggest weakness is, ground. This is immune to ground with Levitate. Let's see, Magneton's weak to fire. This is immune to fire. Weak to fighting. And weak to fighting. I don't know, does flying resist fighting? I have no clue. But this will super affect fighting with its stab. What was I going to say? This is weak to fairy. Magneton's got it covered. This weak to ice, and they're both weak to ice. Magneton's got it covered. Rock, you've got it covered. I've already covered that. What else is this weak to? Dark is weak to fighting. Dragon's weak to fairy. Dragon. Magneton's got you covered. So just amazing synergy with my other 2 mons. And just look at this stat distribution. Base 92 HP, which is a very respectable HP stat. Because, like, a lot of Pokemon don't have high HP. Like, look, you got really high HP, and then it just starts to sink, like, very quickly. Like, it adds a higher HP stat than a lot. Like, look at all these Pokemon that have lower HP than it. Like, it's just got a very respectable HP stat. Then, base 105 attack, meaning if you would like, you can run it as a physical attacker, and it's not that bad. Like, how I was talking about base 100 attack is pretty decent with Tornadoes. This is a little higher, so slap like a choice band on this with stab outrage. It's actually a pretty big threat. Then base 90 for both defenses is again respectable. Like, it's definitely not the bulkiest, but with base 90, slap like an assault vest or an item that helps its bulk, special bulk. It's taking special hits very well. And then max run max defense and then AV. It's gonna be taking hits like on both sides very well. Like, if you got what I'm saying, like, it's a good. It's not gonna be used as like your go-to wall, but it's definitely bulky enough. And then base 98 speed, which isn't a great speed tier because it's like just under that oh so common base 100, but it's enough. Like, it's not bad speed, you know, if you get what I'm saying. Its speed isn't bad. Then base 125 attack. Oh my gosh. This is our second hardest hitter so far after Magneton. Base 125 attack. It just hits so hard. Like, tell me a switch into this thing. There just isn't with its base 125, and then it's got really very good coverage, and it gets great physical and special moves. It gets water for physical. It gets like a lot of different stuff. Like, it gets earthquake and acrobatics and aqua tail. It gets, I believe it gets head smash. That's what I thought. Gets outrage, like I said, ice fang, rock slide. I think it even gets U-turn, right? Superpower, yeah. And U-turn and ton, yeah, it's got amazing. Then, on the special side, I believe it's got Surf. It's got Dark Pulse. You could run it bulky with Roost. So it's got great diversity, which, again, is something I always look for in my Pokemon. Next is a very interesting Pokemon. So, I needed a fire type, and I wanted so for my team, I have decent bulk on Hydreigon. But otherwise, I was like, I don't have that go-to wall. Now, this you might be looking at his defensive stats and like, those stats aren't that good. But the reason I like it as a bulky Pokemon is because it gets the perfect moves to be able to be a good Assault Vester. You don't see it on Assault Vest that often. It's actually a good Assault Vester. And then pair Assault Vest with Intimidate. And then it honestly, it's taking hits very well on both sides. And with base 80 defenses on both sides, it's actually respectable. And then base 90 HP, which again is very respectable. Then base 110 attack and 100 attack, as we talked about earlier, are both very respectable attacking stat, meaning it's going to be hitting pretty hard. Especially because the moves it gets are like very powerful moves, like close combat and what's that other move called? Flare Blast. I'm stupid. And good priority and extreme speed, and then decent speed stat and 95 speed. And then it's got two other great abilities and Justified, making it hit even harder on that physical side, and Intimidate. And Flash Fire, giving it an immunity to fire type. And then, like I talked about, it gets close combat. Does it get Earthquake? It doesn't get Earthquake. Okay. It gets extreme speed, though. It gets Dragon Pulse for some reason. Crunch. I could run a Sweeper with Flame Charge. Like, it gets a good amount. It gets enough moves. And it gets reliable recovery in Morning Sun. And it gets, reliable, the best priority move and extreme speed. Now, as I said, I wanted to fix my bulk problem. So I went for Pokemon that's overlooked. It is it's like arguably with Eviolite the bulkiest Pokemon. Let me take out a calculator. Okay. We've got Dusclops. It's got base 130 on both defenses before Eviolite. So it hits 296. 296. And then with Eviolite, you multiply that by 1.5. And you get 444. So, let me pull one of the best walls in the format right now. Toxapex. Oh, what? No way. It's bulkier than Toxapex? Yeah, exactly. It does have a lower HP. That's the only reason I think it's not used as much, is its low HP, abysmal HP stat. But you can work with that. I can work with it. I'll figure something out. But the fact that it's with its Eviolite, it's bulkier than Toxapex, and even without its Eviolite, this is good bulk. 130 in bulk is very good. Like, look, let's take a look. It's as bulky as a Rhyperior, as a Uxie. It's physically bulky as a Lugia, as a Golem, as a bulkier than a Cobalion, it's bulkier than a Gliscor. Without Eviolite, its bulk is better than a Gliscor. Its speed stat is low, but that's not really what I look for in a tank or a wall. And then what's it called? With Eviolite, like if you put max defense and then a plus defense nature, it hits 394. Let's do this again. Clear. 394 times 1.5. It hits 591 defense with the Eviolite. 591. I just want to show you something real quick. It's 591. It hits 591, I told you guys. That's almost as bulky as a Mega Aggron, but unlike Mega Aggron, it's got a way better SPDF stat. It just doesn't hit as hard. But so it's basically an incredible wall with its Eviolite, and that's why I picked it, just because of how bulky it is. Its HP stat isn't that great, but then it's got good support moves. It's got no reliable recovery, but it does get Pain Split, so that's I could work with that. And then Nightshade, which is guaranteed 50 damage, which is always nice. Reliable priority if I need. I could run a Recover Sleep Talk set. It gets Taunt, so it's a very cool Pokemon that I find overlooked. Next, again, I wanted bulk. And I figured this time I was going to go for a more specially bulky Pokemon. In fact, one of the most specially bulky Pokemon in my boy Regice. Now, I love Regice so much. Where do I start? I don't even know where to start. I'm like, um, it's just so good. If you watched one of my videos on Pokemon Showdown, I had a Regice, and it lived a +2 flamethrower from a Salazzle, which I find insane. It's so specially bulky, and like people overlook the fact that it's got base 200 SPDF and then base 100 defense. That is incredible bulk. Like that bulk it's so hard to break through. It is very, very hard to break through. And its ability Clear Body is actually decent. It's not great, but it's decent. Ice Body, and I could run a Hell Shot with Aurora Veil if I really wanted. But like that special defense is just insane. And then it hits with base 100 attack, which is decent enough to where if you run a weakness policy set, it is a threat. And it gets curse, so I'm telling you guys now, wait, does it get curse? Right? Yep. I'm telling you guys now, I will run a curse set at least once. So I'm going to run like an amnesia curse set. Watch. No, I won't. I might. And then it got decent, it's got decent, decently diverse moveset. It gets Focus Blast, it gets Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Thunder. It gets Bolt Beam with a few other moves. So Bolt Beam and then Flash Cannon, and like Bolt Beam is all it needs. The fact that it gets a Bolt Beam plus Stab Beam plus a Bolt and then other good moves is great. Next, I wanted to add to a Regenerator core. I'm gonna say now I wanted Tangrowth, but it did get sniped. So that was unfortunate. But I'm like, okay, I do have enough points to draft another tier 2. And Amoonguss is a grass type, and it's a good regenerator mon. So why is Amoonguss good, you might ask? First, let's talk about its amazing typing. Grass and poison. Grass is weak. It's like weak to what? 2 type? Psychic and fire or something? They cover their weaknesses very well. And although its attack stats aren't amazing, it's got enough attack. Like, its HP is really what makes it good. 114 HP coupled with decent defensive stats means it's actually very difficult to take down. And like an AV set is going to be swallowing special hits all day, let me tell you. Then, its special attack is base 85, meaning it's not just going to sit there and like let you set up. It will hit decently hard, and you can't even set up on it because of Clear Smog, which I love. I gotta say, I love the fact that it gets Clear Smog. Gets reliable recovery, I believe, in Synthesis, yeah. With Spore to put 100% accurate way to put you to sleep. And it doesn't get Leech Seed, which is unfortunate. But like just run like Giga Drain with a Sludge Bomb, and like it's gonna be doing some work. And that's really why I picked it, because it's got it's got good bulk paired with Regenerator, making it a very, very hard Pokemon to kill. Now, looking at my team, you might notice I do not appreciate hazards. Stealth Rocks, especially because I have a Regenerator core. And right now, my best way to remove hazards is Tornadoes, which I'm not going to be running Defog Tornadoes. I'm saying that now. So I needed a good hazard remover, and I was looking, I'm like, hey, Kamala, you're tier 4. How are you doing? And I was going to go Hitmontop, but then I had planned for a different fighting type that you guys already know, because you can see later on in the draft. So I'm like, you know what, Kamala, I like you. You're a cool dude. You want to be on my team? And he's like, sure, bruh. So yeah, I drafted Kamala. Gotta be honest, I drafted it for Rapid Spin. This is gonna be a quick little Pokemon to talk about. It's got decent coverage in Shadow Claw, Rock Slide, Wood Hammers, and Headbutt, and then Stab normal. It gets access to Wish, so I could do Wish U-turn. That's pretty cool. And gets Iron Head, but I can do like Wish U-turn, bulk up if I really want to run a setup sweeper. I could with base 115 attack. It's actually not horrible. But honestly, the main reason I picked it, well, there are two. Amazing coverage, and access to rapid spin. That's really it. And it's cute. And look at that beautiful shiny. No, it's okay. It's an okay shiny. Next is an interesting pack. I didn't have a ground type. I get that I don't have a fairy or a water type, guys. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. But whatever. I needed a ground type. I needed an immunity to electric. I saw this sitting there. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's decently good Pokemon, I guess. Like, it's okay. It's average. You know what I'm saying? It's very average. Like, it's not the best Pokemon, but it's okay. It has base 100 attack and base 100 speed, and then 80 for the rest of its stuff. Which, although not great, it's good enough, if you get what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's definitely base 100 speed is a decent speed tier, and then base 100 attack, it's hitting hard enough. Why I drafted is, A, it gives me a Dragon Dancer. I was like, I'm a Pokemon that could just click Dragon Dance and actually put in work. It gets access to like a Dragon Claw and Earthquake, which after 2 Dragon Dances just wins. Good ability and Levitate. Gives me another Defogger. Decent stats and a good Choice Scarfer or Choice Mander. Now I got Mega Glade. Oh god. Okay. Again, like I covered, I have now my physical. Now I have more physical mons. As you can see, I worked on it, and I did make it so that I definitely had better physical threat. But this was the Pokemon I was planning on taking the whole draft, but then everybody drafted their Megas. So I knew I was safe to wait till the last round. So I just waited till the last round. Oh, where do I start with this? It is a great Mega. A base 110 speed. Like I said with Lycanroc, great speed tier. Amazing speed tier. And then 165 attack, making it an epic wall breaker. The only other Mega I was thinking about getting, really, was this. Mega Blastoise or Mega Pinsir, but my boy Pele sniped to this. But this is better. Arguably better than... No, wait. What? Mega Pinsir. So, Glade, you've got great special bulk in 115 speed F. Let me tell you, it swallows it. Its physical defense is actually decent too. Its HP isn't the best, but it's not that bad. And then base 165 attack means there's no reliable switching. And if it sets up an SD, it's basically game. With the fact that it gets priority in Shadow Sneak, which I think people tend to forget, I just really wanted this mon. Plus, being it has great priority coverage in Leaf Blade, Poison Jab, Knockoff. It gets a Rock Slide, so that's great. And then last but not least, it pairs very well with the Z Crystal I decided to pick. So basically in this league, Pokemon could either run their Z Crystal Megas or their Megastone. I decided to go with Fightinium Z for the simple reason it pairs well with most of my team. I believe Komala gets fighting coverage. Does Flygon? I don't think Flygon does. Oh, Flygon gets power up. Oh, he gets superpower. So I could run Z, Fightinium Z, Flygon. I could run U. Regice gets Focus Blast. Tornadus gets Focus Blast. You don't get anything. I think you get Brick Break. Hydreigon gets Focus Blast, and Arcanine gets Close Combat. So it's just by far the best Z Crystal to pick on my team. That's really my team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are hyped for the upcoming season. Let me know what you guys think of my team in the comments below. I might be making some free agencies because I do need a water type and a fairy type. But I'll figure that out later. Till next time, my puffer people, stay puff.